to my Steelers. Just got to start off with the standard butt kissing. My sister and I, favorite TV show, Friday Night Lights.
Oh, great.
I was worried about the transition from the screen to the TV show, but you guys nailed it. So
yeah, next year's going to be really good.
Really?
I've seen some of the episodes already, and it's really good.
And one of the things that you do well that other people attempt sometimes is the handheld camera work. I've seen it sometimes in the movies. It's just not. You just know the right amount. How do you know the right amount? Of what, what works or what's going to be too much?
I mean, it's really achieved in editing. And I have a couple of editors I've worked with for a long time, and it's just personal taste. I mean, people there are people that come up to me all the time and like, I can't stand your camera work. It's making me sick. It's lazy. It's self-aware, and I'm like, okay, but then I get. I like it, and my response generally is, oh, I don't agree with that. I hear you, but I don't agree with it. And I've found, many more people that seem to respond to it. It's, clearly something that can be disorienting. If the camera's going to move too much and it's going to be too unmotivated, people are going to generally have a reaction to it. So it's generally about trying to edit out unnecessary movement and try and create in a situation where it just feels a little bit more real, a little bit more like what the human eye sees.
Yeah, it's because you feel every time I feel like I'm there, whereas other people try to do it, and it's just
right.
I always like the blend. And another thing that I really enjoyed in this movie was the fact that you didn't ram politics on anybody. I mean, it was neutral. I mean, the fact that we saw the human side of both people.
Right. Well, I mean, I think it's such a complicated problem. And it's hard to not understand all sides of it. I mean, I understand George Bush's perspective. I understand Bill Maher's perspective. I understand. I watch The Daily Show, and I understand that. It's a very complicated experience. It's a complicated problem. I wouldn't want to be George Bush for 1 second, taking over the White House, right pre-9/11 and having to try and make sense of that. I don't agree with most of the things he does and says, but I appreciate the complexity of his job. I've been to the Middle East many times. I've been to Saudi Arabia. I think I'm the first filmmaker they granted a visa to go and do research. I've experienced tremendous amount of moderate Muslim, Arab people. The great majority of the Arabs that I met are as interested in stopping this religious extremism and this violence as we are. I appreciate that we have to kill some of these bad guys. I also appreciate that by killing them, we're just creating new generations. And I didn't want to try and do anything other than present all of that in a film that I hoped would, at the end of the day, be really entertaining. So, that's hopefully what people are experiencing.
I consider, Clint Eastwood a loyal filmmaker, and I seem to see, you see people that you've worked with in the past and people from Friday Night Lights making appearances in this film. Do you are you a loyal person, or is it you just know these people are talented and you gotta give them a,
Well, I mean, I like to think of myself as loyal, and I also appreciate that when you go through work with someone and you come out of it with a really positive experience, and you really care about someone, it's fun to just reconnect with them. And you go away and make a film, and I'm isolated in Arizona for 4 months, and then the Middle East, and it's 125 degrees. It's kind of nice to be able to bring in people that I know and know me, and that I care for, and have those continuing relationships. So I like to work with people that I have worked with in the past, but I'm always open to finding new people. Jason Bateman is now someone who I've worked with in the past, I'm working with right now, and we just get along really well. I mean, there's a legitimate friendship. Jen Garner, Jamie Foxx, these are friendships as much as work relationships.
I'm looking forward to Hancock too, so impressive job here.
All right, buddy.